So Jeff, you're up. Jeff's going to make Sangria ice cream, something I've never had before. I didn't see you over there.
I'm hard to miss.
Yeah.
Being old, feeble, and scatterbrained, I left my ingredients home today. But this is a good thing because one of Steve's employees, Vonda, right?
Yes.
She said Publix is right around the corner, so I gave her some money, and I told her, just get me a couple of fruits. So she came back with two California guys. Just kidding.
I don't think we can say that.
So I just did. So I told her, just get me a couple of fruits, and she said, what kind? And I said, it doesn't really matter. And I gave her some clues as to what kind. Just make sure it's in its own juice, and that was all I needed. So she came back with dark sweet cherries, and she came back with maraschino cherries, and crushed pineapple, which is great. And then Steve's wife had some leftover, looks like blueberries and strawberries. Sangria ice cream, it's got a lot of alcohol in it, but it also has a lot of fruit in it. And the point of this is, even though I forgot what I had laid out, anything goes. Just as long as you have your basics. Is this a live audience here?
Oh, they're doing okay. They're hanging on every word.
Hanging on every... Okay, so before that, I thought of something in the car, and I thought I'd share it with you. You're all sitting here, and everybody, thousands of people will watch this on YouTube, and you have to think about that. You guys made a decision. Your decision is you have two options. One is you're going into the frozen dessert business, or less likely, you're in the frozen dessert business and it's not going as you thought it would, because it's a highly profitable and very simple business. You're really to be commended because you're doing what will guarantee or at least give you a great road to success in the business. And the people watching the same thing. Think of all the people, because thousands and hundreds of thousands of people go into this business for one reason or another, and they don't take the steps you've taken. They don't take a course. They don't take a class from me. They don't take Steve and I seriously when we do these things. But really, you're really almost guaranteeing your success. Now, when you leave this or leave my class, you'll have a decision to make. Yes, this is for me. No, it's not for me. Either way, you're going to save money and do the right thing. So I thought of that this morning, and I never really thought of it before that, but you're really to be commended. Some of you have traveled 20 miles to get here. All right, in my ice cream store, we've been open for 4 years, and I make about 20 adult flavors, and I make about 15 to 20 non-adult flavors. The adult flavors contains wines, liqueurs, and alcohol. And it's because of this, whether you want to get into that business or not, it's because of this that I'm able to do it. I have a 24-quart Emery Thompson, and it enables me to make ice cream and cream ice out of alcohol-laden ingredients. So you'll see that today. The first thing we're going to do, you should always put your recipes or formulas on cards like this and keep them in a little thing. And I actually laminate them. These I copied so I could bring them here today. I forgot everything else, but I remembered that. All right, so when I used to make this, I've been making this for 4 years. It's really popular at the store. I used to just dump the fruit into the machine. However, in my quest to have the ice cream really flavorful, all my ice creams are very bold flavors, I decided to blend them and make sort of a, not a puree, but a little rough cut on them. So we'll do that now. How much fruit you put in, it's up to you. That's the art part of this. The science would say, well, you need 16 cherries and you need 4 pounds of... Now, sugar, water, and ice cream mix are important, and you do have to measure them. But everything else is how you want it. And your ice cream will be different from the guy down the street. So we're going to put the cherries in here. And we'll put some pineapple in here. And we'll put some whole berries in here. And because she bought them, we'll put some of these. These are my favorite, dark sweet cherries. My supply for all this stuff for dark sweet cherries is Restaurant Depot. Everybody have one of those somewhere near them? A live audience?
They are.
Okay. So all we're going to do is just grind them up a little bit. Full speed ahead. This is for what, the 20s, this blender? Okay, that should be enough. Because you do want some pieces in there. Oh, that's great. All right. This is ice cream mix. It's basically cream, skim milk, milk solids, and a little sugar. It's very good. I have a secret use for this that I won't divulge today, but maybe you can think about it. Anyway, the recipe for this, if you want to write it down, I don't think you have it. Do they have it?
They don't have the recipe.
Should I give it to them?
Sure. All right, don't.
Proprietary, you know.
Oh, gee.
Okay, we'll put in 1 quart of mix. 1 quart. And a cup. Used to be just a quart, and I added a cup. So it's 1 quart and a cup. This it comes delivered to your store usually every week, and it comes 2 of these to a box, or a case as they call it. These are 10 quarts each. So you'll get 20 quarts, which is 5 gallons, to a case. It comes this way, and then you can either freeze it or refrigerate it and use it quickly. It'll last probably, if you refrigerate it, I don't go more than certainly 5-6 days with it being like this in a refrigerator, because it is heavy cream. And, you know, you smell it, and, you know, you have coffee in the morning. And so that's what I do. All right, so we're going to add this machine, right?
Yep.
Unlike Steve, because we do things differently, I always have a container at the ready. Just in case. And we'll put in our mix. Usually the first thing to go in. So how much is that? Right. And then we're going to add 40 ounces of water, which is a quart and a cup, right? 1 quart, 1 cup? Okay. Just so we're clear on that. So I guess you could say equal amounts.
Ice cream or cream ice?
Well, you'll tell me. I don't have dipping cases in my store. When you come in, you can't see the ice cream. And I don't sell Italian ices. But some of the products are likened to sorbet because of the mixture of water and dairy. So that's what I'm doing here. So we'll take the water and add it to the sugar. And then we'll give it a stir. Ah, who said that? I was waiting for that. How much sugar? 40 ounces. 2.5 pounds of sugar. Oh, look at those questions flying. Go ahead.
Why don't you have dipping, cases where you can see that?
Ah. What's your question?
Does the sugar content of the fruit affect your amount of sugar? that
Sure,
you get?
sure.
You have to adjust it.
No. It's like trying to put too much custard in an eclair. You know, you can't do it.
What was the question, Jeff?
Oh, okay. The question is, thank you, oh leader. The question was, Does the amount of fruit, because it's inherently sweet, affect the amount of sugar? Of course, but it doesn't really matter. It does affect it, but it doesn't matter. And that's the art of the ice cream. There's more art to science. Science will tell you you have to add so much of this to get ice cream, and you'll have to spin it at so many revolutions to get ices or ice cream. But the art is going to be when you make your formulas. And that's the great part. That's the part that keeps me in the business. And your question was? What was your question?
Why don't you use visual display cabinets?
Dipping cabinets. In this business, and I didn't know it, 4 years ago I sat where that pretty lady from New York is in the back, and I took this class. And I knew nothing. And I was wide-eyed, and I wanted to make ice cream. So I did my research, and I would say that 90% of what I found was bogus. It was, I shouldn't say this, should I?
Keep moving.
Okay, keep moving. So we're pouring the sugar and water into the machine. Now, I generally turn it on at this point to get a pretty good mix. What's our speed for this?
Let's do...
Do it at ice cream.
Okay. Super premium.
Oh, super premium for me. Nothing but the best. Okay, we're going to add this. And the reason I turn the machine on is just to get a great mix. What?
Turn on the refrigeration?
No.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much everything. The fact that you need dipping cabinets, which are very expensive. The fact that you need hardening cases or cabinets. I'll tell you.
Yeah, we'll go over that in the questions and answers because Jeff's
We'll go
wrong.
over that in the questions.
It's really that simple. But to hash it down real quick, you have visual display cabinets. That's where you can see the ice cream. Or you can have the old-fashioned floppy door cabinet. I'll show you one later where the lid flops over on itself and you can't see the ice cream. Or Jeff does it with Sears chest freezers. The real decision becomes, are people going to see the ice cream or not see the ice cream? When Baskin-Robbins was in its heyday, it was Baskin-Robbins 30, 31, 32 flavors. That's a lot of ice cream to have in a store. It's a lot to make. It's a lot of decisions. People are going to buy about 15 of the same flavors over and over again, and I like to rotate in maybe a flavor of the week. So if I was using a glass display case, it would be just one cabinet. If I was using the floppy door where you can't see the ice cream, maybe two of those. But people will, if you're going to be a busy ice cream parlor, and if people are standing there trying to decide, do I want the vanilla or the maple walnut or the chunky monkey or this or that, they're going to slow up the whole line. And the chances are they're going to end up, after they look at everything, they're going to buy what their favorite is. Time and time again, people will buy what their favorite ice cream is. So I think it's better to have really good signs that tell people exactly what you're selling and leave it at that. And I am getting more and more away from the visual display cases. There's a blog I belong to of ice cream people, and we're constantly hearing about, and just now turned on the refrigeration. So we'll set this for about 6 minutes to then look at it.
Alcohol.
We'll set it for 9 minutes to take a look. More and more places where they offer a free sample. Well, people will come in and sample themselves to death. It's 8 o'clock at night. You got 20 people in line, and this person's going, "Oh, let me sample this one," or "Let me try that one." It really slows things down. Let them pick from the board, with one exception. If you've got a new flavor, and this is good marketing, because you got to admit the reason we're here is to make money. If you're not here to make money, you're going into the wrong business, because we want to make a lot of money. We can save the world, but you're not going to do it with ice cream. We want to make money in our ice cream parlor. So if I know your favorite is mint chip, as you're scooping the mint chip and I'm handing it to you, I've also made some mango sorbet, and I'm going to give you a little taste maybe of my mango and say, "Hey, I just made this afternoon." We Americans hate to get anything for free. That's why in a supermarket they set up the stand where they give you a little piece of meat or something, cheese with a cracker on it. They know you're going to go buy the product even though you have no intention of buying it originally, because subconsciously we don't like to get something for free. So if I give you a little taste of my mango, I'll bet you 8 out of 10 times, you're going to walk out with a pint of mango sorbet tonight. And subconsciously, it's to not hurt my feelings.
We don't give samples.
And I agree with that.
We don't use those little taster spoons for samples, and people come up, can I taste this? No. It's just the way it is. However, we always put a caveat on that. If you don't like what you order, bring it back, I'll give you something else, and I'll dump it right in the trash. Never been done. However, the main reason against dipping cabinets, sorry, Neil, the main reason is usually you have staff doing the dipping. You're not going to be doing the dipping. You're going to have young girls, young guys doing it. They don't take care of the product as we would. And the sides tend to get frosty and unappealing. And a dipping cabinet has that times 8 or times 16. So in your dipping cabinet, it's not going to be visually as exciting and pretty to look at as it would be if they don't see it. It's still good ice cream, but, and I use a spade. You know what a spade is. It's a flat scoop. And I'm constantly going down the sides towards the center. It not only makes you more money, because you're getting more out of each gallon or each whatever container you use, but it looks better. And it tastes better because there's no frosty ice on it. In my mind, and I'm not the answer to everything, well, there's absolutely no reason for a dipping case. None. I use menu boards, which he doesn't have here, but they're beautiful. I make them on the computer. They're colorful, they're nice, you have slots, you can change the flavors, and I put 5 of them up on the wall opposite where we serve the ice cream.
Excuse me, Jeff. I have to take care of something out back. I'm going to let you go ahead and finish this, and then we'll break for coffee.
Okay.
And I'll be back.
Okay. Sounds very mysterious. Where were we? I don't know. What? Oh, the computer signs. Oh, they're great. I use a $10 software that I've been using for years and years called Print Shop, and I make beautiful signs. The signs look better than the ice cream. They really do, because I don't use colors in my ice cream, artificial colors or anything like that. So the signs are my sales tools. And besides, you know, when people come into your store, they're not going to look at your ice cream or look at and then say, never mind. They're going to pick something. So whether they pick it from the boards, which are opposite my serving lines so that people don't clog that up. Dipping cases, Steve was right. Another thing, they're going to walk up and go like this. What's in that one? Ooh, Joanne, that looks good. Maybe we should, can I taste that? It's like Christmas. So with the boards, they stand there, and I always look at the backs of their heads because they're like this, looking up there. And then they make a decision because the board not only tells them the flavor, but what's in it. So there you go. And then they come over, they know what they want, they order it, and that's the end of it. It makes life simple. Hardening cabinets, no need. I mean, see those beautiful freezers back there? You know how much money those cost? They're enormously expensive. We're going into business. We got to keep our money down. So what I did when I started, I went to Sam's Club and I bought a little chest freezer for $150. Now I have 13 of them. Some a little bigger than others, and some stand up from classifieds. But that's all you need. It's a very simple business. Really what you need is right here. And I don't work with, I mean, I work with them, but I don't make any money off of these. I could care less, but these are the best. You know, you can put anything in them, and they never break. I have the 24 quart.
When you know when you need an additional machine, are you good with that?
Oh, I'm ready now. Yeah.
Same size?
Yeah, I was going to go to a 44, but you can't make smaller batches in it. So I thought two, you know, maybe a 20 and a 24 or something. I don't know, but I'm ready for that. I started with the countertop model. Makes 6 quarts. And I used that for a year and a half. And that's what, if you don't have the money, if you're getting this on a shoestring, do that. Worked for me. And this one? 6 quarts. 6 quarts finished.
That's the 6, that's the 12, that's the 24?
No.
What's
This is a 3. This is a new model that he introduced. I thought the marketing for this would be wealthy people in their homes. I thought it was a great idea, and I thought he should market it that way. Or restaurants who want to make a batch in the afternoon and serve it that night as a special, a different flavor every night, whatever. It's a great little machine. This is the 6-quart, and this is 12. Yeah. Now mine's the same footprint as this. It's just the cylinder is larger in mine, actually deeper. Very basic machine. If we took the sides off of this machine, you'd be amazed. It's forgive me, Steve. It's like a lawnmower. It's nothing. It's a little motor. I mean, a good enough motor. He's going to kill me for this. But he knows what size motor to do. It's a great motor. And then it's a cylinder. When you go in the factory, you'll be amazed at not only the simplicity, but how well built they are. These are tanks. You're welcome. What? In this? In which? 24? Well, when I make, hang on, I got to take care of this. Now, I'm going to check and see. It's not quite ready, but did you see, now, you see how it, well, it's getting there. See how it breaks? Did you see how it broke there? Hello? Yes. Okay. That means it's pretty close. And this still slides. Now, in my store, when I make it, I pour that back in, just so that everything's uniform. But how much? Sangria. Right here. Sangria. How much?
40 ounces.
How much sangria? 54 ounces. Almost 2 quarts.
You went right from a 6 to a 24 machine.
Yeah, yeah. We made a ton of money in that first year. I mean, I got to tell you, I wouldn't advise, unlike what Steve said, going into this for the money. But the money just comes. I mean, you walk that line, the money's right behind you. It's crazy. Yes? You're asking a lot of questions.
Okay. Go a long way. Do you have a backup machine or you just have that one?
No, that's a great question. Do I have a backup machine? I kept that's called a countertop. I kept my countertop 6-quart machine. I figured it would be a great backup. But now, once again, I have no stake in this business. They don't break. They don't break. They never break.
What did you do with the 6?
I sold it. I didn't lose any money when I sold it. That machine, now it costs, I think, $9,500 or something. When I bought it, it was $8,500, and I think I sold it for $8,000 like that. Well, they're just indestructible. We're there. Now, we could let this go a little more, but as I said, I like it to go, I'm dying of curiosity. He's never left.
Do you ever have a problem with adding alcohol and it freezes to the right consistency because alcohol itself doesn't freeze?
Let me explain that. The question was, how do you freeze alcohol? Pretty much, right?
Well, if you put a bottle of rum in the freezer, it doesn't freeze. So that's, yeah, that's.
Are you're always putting rum in the freezer? Is that? Okay, so this is, I'll get to that in a minute. It's a very delicate question. So this is Sangria ice cream. You should come up and try some. It's unique.
Sammy, come here, girl.